Hello Year 9, today we continue with finding areas. We're going to look at finding the area of a triangle and other simple compound shapes. So could you get the title written down wherever you're doing your work at the moment? That's area of a triangle, and then go ahead and do your 10 questions as your starter. If you'd like to, it would be a good idea to pause the video here. Alright, here are your answers to the starters. Remember to let me know if you have any questions about the answers that I've given. I do make mistakes from time to time, so if you think that there's a mistake, please do let me know. That does actually happen. So go ahead and mark that with any color pen you'd like. Pink, green, purple, whatever you've got, highlighter, whatever you can use to mark that. Alright, and let's start it on area of a triangle. Alright, so here I'm asking for you to calculate the area of this rectangle. And you might be wondering, why is she talking about rectangles when it definitely says we're going to be talking about the area of a triangle? Well, just follow me for a moment and you'll see. So calculate the area of this rectangle. Just like we did the other day, we're going to use the base and the height, and we've got 10 times by 4 is 40 centimeters squared. So there is the area of this lovely pink rectangle. Now, what would happen to the area of that rectangle if I cut that rectangle in half diagonally and the shape looked like this? Well, if I'm cutting it exactly in half, then I can take the old area. So if this was the entire rectangle, then that area was 40 centimeters squared. If I had cut it in half, I could just divide that by 2. So 40 divided by 2 is equal to 20. So this new pink shape has an area of 20 centimeters squared. Now, if you're not sure what I've been talking about this whole time, we'll take a pause and we'll go over how to find the area of a triangle. So here's the formula that you're going to need to be able to find the area of a triangle. The area of a triangle is given by the base of the triangle, times by the height, how tall the triangle is, divided by 2. Now, the reason we want to divide by 2 is because base times by height is the same way that we find the area of a rectangle. And as we just said, if we cut the rectangle in half diagonally, we're going to get the triangle. Okay, so that's why we divide by 2. The divide by 2 is really important. It's the part that everybody always seems to forget and gets really upset about in their exams. They're like, oh man, I can't believe I lost a mark for that. Well, you do need to divide by 2. Let's try some questions now. Alright, calculate the area of each triangle. This triangle on the left very clearly has a base of 2 and has a height of 5. So we're going to do 2 times by 5, which is 10. And then on a brand new line, I'm going to do 10 divided by 2, which gives me 5 centimeters squared. So the area of the first shape is 5 centimeters squared. On the next shape, I'm going to show you how to do this all in one line. Alright, so the next one, we've got a base of 10 and a height of 7. So I'm going to do 10 times by 7 divided by 2. Now, if I write everything in one line just like that, I need to keep some of the numbers in my head. So 10 times by 7 is 70, and 70 divided by 2 is 35. 35 centimeters squared. And there you go, that's all you have to do to find the area of a triangle. It's also important to note that the height of a triangle is not the length of the slanted side. So this slanted side here isn't 7 centimeters. The height of the triangle from the base all the way to the top of the triangle is the 7 centimeters. Alright, so we're looking for the base times the actual height, not necessarily one of the slanted sides. What if we wanted to make things a little bit fancier? What if the shape was made up of more than one shape, like this particular shape here? Work out the area of this shape. So in this one, I can see more than one shape really nicely. I can see this shape here, which looks like a rectangle. And then I can also see this other shape down here, which is definitely a triangle. So I've split them up by colors to help me out, and then now I can go ahead and find the areas. So the red area, or the rectangle, is 10 times by 12. So I'll draw a little shape over here. There's my rectangle. It's 10 times by 12. And that's going to give me 120 centimeters squared. And then I'm going to go ahead and look at my triangle. So for the triangle, I need the base and the height. So it looks here like the base is 8 centimeters and the height is 10. So I'm looking to do 8 times by 10 divided by 2. 8 times 10 is 80, divided by 2 is 40. 40 centimeters squared. Now the area is both of those added together, so let's go ahead and add them. 120 plus 40 is 160 centimeters squared. And there we go, we found the area of this compound shape. We're going to try one other thing, and then that's all from me today. So this shape is slightly different. It's actually been cut away from the original shape to make it even smaller. So it says calculate the area of the shaded shape. So we want to find out how big is that gray part that's inside the rectangle. So hopefully you can see there's this giant rectangle here, 5 by 6. We've got 5 across here and 6 over here. And then we've got a triangle inside, which has actually been cut out and thrown away. Now, this particular time, we're not actually going to add the two shapes together. We're going to subtract them because the triangle has been cut out of the rectangle. So let's go ahead and start by finding the rectangle. So the rectangle looks like it's 5 by 6, which gives me 30. I'm going to pretend everything is in centimeters, so I'm going to call that centimeters squared. And then we've got the triangle. So we've got base times by height divided by 2. 3 times 3 is 9. Half of 9 is 4.5. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and subtract them. So the shaded part is actually 30 minus 4.5. And that gives us 25.5 centimeters squared. All right, and there you go. That's how you do them when they're asking you about a shaded area, which look ever so slightly different than the compound ones where the two areas are put together. All right, I want you to have a go at the questions in the PowerPoint and then let me know if you have any other questions. All right, have a good day.